Hey guys, welcome to Memory Lane. Have you ever had the pot water or the pot soup as we called it then? Have you? Or you may be asking, what is the pot soup? Stay tuned. Yeah, so back then growing up in rural Jamaica, back in the 60s and the 70s, I recall times when my grandma used to cook, right? And she would have the big pot on the fire bubbling with food, man, all kind of stuff in it. Some dumplings, some yam, some cocoa, some breadfruit, sweet potato. And for meat kind, it might be some codfish in it. It might be some corned beef. It might be some salted mackerel. That kind of stuff. So back then, like I said, it was basically a one-pot meal, if you understand what I meant. Apart from having all the produce in one pot, the meat would also be cooking. The meat kind, whatever the meat kind was, would also be cooking with that. So after everything is cooked and separated, my grandma would remove the codfish or the salted mackerel or whatever meat kind it was, and she would, if it was codfish, she would cut up some onions, if we had onion and some scallion, and tomatoes, fry that up, and then she would pick out the bones from the mackerel or the codfish, and then she would combine everything, and that was what we would have had for dinner with the produce and other stuff that was in the pot, part of the entire meal, right? But apart from that, because everything was cooked in that one pot, and especially if we were fortunate to have something like some corned pork, that kind of stuff, yes, that would have left a nice flavor in the water that everything was cooked in. And so we never allowed that to go to waste, right? After having our meal, the main course, which consisted of everything that I mentioned before, we would have had some of the pot soup, man. That was the leftover water in the pot, and because it has such a rich flavor in it, from everything that was cooked, we would have had some of that after dinner, right? And around that time when everything, you have to be resourceful and nothing went to waste, right? Having the pot soup was a really common occurrence, having some of the pot soup after dinner, man. Yes, man, that was a common thing and a love thing. Growing up as a kid back then, man, it's something that I remember having frequently and something that I enjoyed. So what about you? Did you grow up in an era or time when you would have some of that pot soup or the pot water left over after dinner? You would have some of that to kind of wash down what you ate, so to speak. Yeah, tell me about it. So I thought I would share that memory with you today. Very short and spicy, but yeah, I remember having the pot water, man. Can't remember. I can't forget those days. Just can't. All right. So if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you like the channel and the stuff I talk about, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell so you're notified every time. Until the next video, my name is Sosa Food. Take care.